We are the music makers, and we are the dreamers of dreams.
Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to my Crew. If you are not part of my crew, please make sure to hit that red subscribe button and hit the bell icon next to it so you never miss another one of my videos. Today, guys, I have another section of the Share Jesus Without Fear book that I have been reading with you. And sorry that it's been a while. I have been sick. I've been dealing with a few things, which is normal. Everybody goes through it. I apologize for the light. My two youngest boys are in bed right now, so I don't really have too many lights on because too much brightness keeps them awake. So I'm just going to get right into that, guys. So let's head in it. So we're in chapter 8 now, which is ready responses to common objections. Okay, so this is what he says here. The best way to counter an objection is through a simple three-letter word, the question why. When someone says, I am not ready, don't second guess the reason. Instead, do what a psychologist does. Many folks are willing to pay a psychologist or a psychiatrist $100 an hour just so he can ask, why do you feel this way? The psychologist says, well, because he doesn't presume to know until he's been told. The why principle will work for all of us, and never assume you know the reason why a person is not ready to accept Christ. Instead, ask why. This is how you get your friend to grow up from your issues. So here's how it works. You ask, are you ready to invite Christ into your life? Your friend say no. Once you discover your friend's real objections, you never fall into the temptation to argue. Don't be motivated by a desire to be right or to prove him wrong. Instead, be motivated to share Jesus in love, or to share Jesus in love. As the saying goes, it is impossible to express love with a clenched fist or stinging arguments. So remember to stay cool, ask why, and listen to your friend's objections. This is one of the best ways you can demonstrate your love for him as well as for God. Now, for me, the reason that I say that, I was worried about losing friends and about them making fun of me and everything else, well, if a friend is going to make fun of you or stop talking to you for something you believe in your heart, they're not really a true friend. That's just the way I see it. I mean, so don't think that I'm telling everybody that's the way it is, but that's just how I felt. Okay, so the most common objections, you will find a discussion in this section with the responses to 30 of the most common objections I've heard. Don't worry about memorizing these responses. Instead, read and study them so you'll be prepared. And scripture says, always be prepared to give an answer to everyone who asks you to give the reason for the hope that you have. 1 Peter 3:15. Now, the thing is, always be prepared. Now, if you don't know the answer to something, my prepared answer to them is, let me talk to my pastor, or let me talk to someone of more knowledge on the scriptures and Bible than me, and I will get back to you. The following is a list of 10 of the 10 most common of the 36 objections. The number printed on the end of each objection is the location of its corresponding response in the chapter, as well as in the appendix 3. Now, if you buy this book, it's called Share Jesus Without Fear by William Fay and Linda Evans Shepherd. Then you will know what I'm talking about here. But most of the common answers to you will be, I'm not ready. My friends will think I'm crazy if I accept Jesus. What about my family? I've done too many bad things. I'm having too much fun. Why does God let bad things happen? There are many paths to God. There are many religions in the world. I have always believed in God. There are too many hypocrites in the church. Now, those are just 10. So the following 36 objections are the responses and are listed in alphabetical order. For a complete list of the 36 objections, all as well as 36 quick reference responses to scriptures in the appendix of this book, which I will probably try and read some of them when I get to the end. But this here too says, number 1, a Christian hurt me is one of the major things. Jenny said, all Christians I know are rude and are in my face trying to convert me. And you know what? Some Christians can be like that. I kind of was at first too, because I was so hungry and I just felt so much joy and so much passion for God that I wanted everyone to hear it. I couldn't understand why everyone wouldn't want to feel the joy and passion that I felt, knowing that God had control of my life. Why don't when I don't respond the way they want, it ruins our friendship. I feel they look down on me. So as a Christian, I'm telling you, you should never react to someone who isn't ready in a negative way. They're just not ready. But if you remain friends with them and you keep showing them what a true Christian is, they're compassionate, they're kind, they're loving, they're giving, they're patient, they're gentle, they will see that. And that will be duly noted. And you just keep, just let them know that you're always there for them when they do decide to make that decision. When I hear something like this, I say, I'm sorry that happened. Would you accept my apology for those who did that to you? Please notice, I have no way to know if her perception is valid. But that doesn't matter, because it is to her. That's real. So when I get below the surface to her hurt, I say, I'm sorry that if your father was a legalist or some Christian was angry and shoved the gospel in your face, I would like to apologize for them. And Jesus would not have wanted that to happen to you. So right there he says that Jesus would not want us to be all up in your face, forcing you to believe. Because we know even as teenagers, when we're forcing them to obey our rules, what are they most likely to do? They're most likely to rebel against us and not do it. So if you're constantly throwing religion and pushing everything in someone's face, they're going to turn around and say, you know what, if this is the way Christians are, or if this is the way religion is, I want no part of it. And that's what ends up happening sometimes. I sometimes say to Jenny, or someone like her, have you ever tried to love somebody and made a mess of it? You had good intentions, but everything went wrong. Do you think there was a possibility your friend's desire for you to know Jesus, that she just went about it the wrong way? Do you notice I always ask questions, I never argue? Also, when you give someone permission to be hostile, the hostility will go. When you give someone a permission to be hostile, the hostility will go away. She may say, you may be right about my friend, but some Christians seem so narrow and angry. You know what I say. You and Jesus are already in agreement on one thing. He doesn't like the behavior either. By the way, what is your understanding of Jesus and who he is? So, okay, I'm going to end it there because I like to keep these short so it gives you time to think. But I just want to let you know that if you ever need anything, if you ever need to talk, I'm here. Just email me, message me on Twitter, message me on Instagram. I'm always there. I have really great friends, and, you know, God has turned my life around. He really has. I still make mistakes. I still do. I still make mistakes. But he has already forgiven me before I ask. So our problem isn't asking for God's forgiveness, it's forgiving ourselves. So if you have a friend like Jenny, just remember, be patient. Just be there for her. Eventually, she may come around. God bless everybody. Please make sure you leave a thumbs up on the way out. Love you all. Bye.